So, sir, as we were exchanging notes on the discussion subject, and I want to, Ram left off with the strategic role 30 years before and 30 years in future. So, question to you, being the CEO of Novartis India, what do you think is the strategic role of HR in the VUCA environment? So, VUCA is a very cliched term in today's times. We've beaten it to death. Volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. But from your perspective, from a business leader's perspective, how do you see the strategic role of HR, in this VUCA environment?
First of all, VUCA is a reality, and it's only the rate and pace of change is getting fast and faster. So, and it's not only about HR. I think it's about all the functions, about general management. It's the speed and agility. And today it's not about one dimension, but total learning agility that is very important. And for example, conquering the digital world, how do you manage this? How do you use this in your business? I was just yesterday telling somebody that America has more guns than people. Yeah. There are 300 million guns in America. That's a little less than the number of people they have. But in India, we have 950 million mobile phones. Now, that's a great opportunity, for example, for e-health. Now, we've talked a lot about it, but who is going to crack it? Today, no company has truly cracked that. The technology exists, the numbers are there, the need is there, because it's not only people at the absolute bottom of the pyramid where you need free food, free clothes, free everything, but there's a whole range of people, including farmers, who have the income and need for help, but they have no access to health care. So how do we build that speed and agility, learning agility, to reach out to them? And it's not about business, but it's about a need. So it's very important to keep pace with technology, to ride with it. I'll give you an example of what Novartis has done, because very often you have to do a few audacious things, and one is, of course, relating to recruitment. Our global chairman used to always come to a country and ask the country head, when was the last audacious appointment you've made? That was always his question, because since I'm talking of pharma industry is very incestuous. They recruit from pharma sector, they want pharma specialists. So he took a call himself globally. He recruited somebody from Pepsi to run the pharma business. And the analysts and everybody laughed at him, saying, what will somebody who was selling sugared water, effectively, run pharmaceuticals? But what he was thinking is, who can brand bigger and market better than Pepsi? You may have the best pharmaceutical product, but if you can't brand it well, if you can't market it well, it's not going to be a blockbuster. So this gentleman came to Novartis. He just made Novartis a marketing powerhouse. So this is very important in terms of cross-functional exchange of expertise, but across industry as well. And the world's changing very fast. Novartis has recently collaborated with Google. Now you'll say, why would a pharma company collaborate with Google? So using a contact lens, you can actually get medicine through the eyes and absorb easier and better. And Google has one of the largest maximum number of servers and data. So today it's all about data. I was again traveling last year on a flight to US, and a colleague of mine comes rushing to me from the front of the plane and tells me, guess, somebody sitting next to me and tells us he's going to be the largest pharma company. I said, well, the largest pharma companies are Pfizer, and Novartis, and Sanofi. Who's this? And he said, it's an IBM colleague who's sitting there. So IBM decides they want to be the largest life science company, because today it's all about data. So you have to have a very strong learning agility, move where the technology is moving, and take advantage of that. I mean, banks are talking of financial inclusion, which is very important in India. Now, it hasn't fully taken place, but how can we combine financial inclusion with health inclusion? That's the real partnership. How can we combine pharmaceuticals with a company like Levers? Levers is in hygiene, we're in health. Health and hygiene are just a step away from each other. How can we learn from ITC? Each opal is old, but working very effectively. So we have to have people, and this is again where HR and business really come together as one, and make sure that people who come have mindsets which are very open, very strong learning agility, and that's important in the VUCA world.